God, I have just received a legal notice. Now what? What should I do? For many people, getting one of this legal notice can cause serious panic. I'm going to break it down and explain exactly what steps you should take if you ever receive a legal notice. And at the end, I'll share a very crucial bonus tip. Now, first things first is do not panic. Receiving a legal notice does not mean that a court case has started. A legal notice is essentially a formal warning or an intimation from the aggrieved party saying, hey, I think you've breached a legal duty. It could be anything. Please fix it or I'll take this to the court. Sometimes people even send legal notices just to scare you. So remember, it's just a notice and not a lawsuit. Now, step 2 is you should read the notice very carefully. You should go through every word. You should try to understand the claims that are being made in the notice and also note what actions at the end are being asked of you. Check if the facts are accurate. This will help you decide how to proceed. So by now, you'll have a good idea if the contents of the notice are true or baseless. Now, if you believe that the notice is all false and frivolous, there are again steps to it. You should contact the sender. You can reach out to the sender and clarify any misunderstandings or even try to settle the matter with him. You should definitely seek immediate advice of a lawyer, especially if the claims seem very serious. Show them the notice and any relevant documents you think so they can advise you on the best next steps. Now, if you choose to respond to this legal notice, you can deny the claims and even include any other document you may think fit. Now, if you are really sure that this is harassment, you can also warn the sender that you may take legal action if further notices are sent. And if you think that the legal notice that you've received is clearly malicious, you can file for damages or defamation. But if you think that the legal notice that you've received might have some truth, might have some valid claims, and maybe you did breach a duty, take this opportunity to reach out to the sender and please try to work things out. Now, another very common question that I receive is, do I have to reply? Is it mandatory? See, technically, you're not required to reply to a legal notice, but it's mandatory. See, technically, you're not required to reply to a legal notice, but it's usually in your best interest and it's very advisable to reply to it. Why? Because replying builds your case if it ever does reach court in future and shows that you're taking the matter seriously. Now, the next question that I have is, do you need a lawyer to reply to this notice? Again, it's not mandatory. If the issue is straightforward, you can choose to respond on your own. But if it's very serious, it's again advisable. A lawyer can help craft a stronger reply, protecting you and covering any legal angles that you might miss. Now, here are those bonus tips that I discussed. First is, if the notice contains some truth and you're partially at fault, consider settling before the matter goes to court, because once it is in court, you could face more expenses, additional legal expenses, possible compensation payments through court orders and other court orders also. And sometimes legal notices are just meant to apply pressure. So stay calm and assess the situation very carefully and then respond.